researcher investigated Toyota production system called TPS, and they compared the automobile production system, GM, General Motors, and Toyota. At that time, also for the in the automobile company, the Japanese quality control is much more advanced than the USA. They named, and after the investigation, they named TPS, Toyota Production System, Lean Product System, LPS. And Lean means to eliminate waste. This Lean Product System, LPS, and Six Sigma combined in 1990 in the USA. And now, this combined management tool is called Lean Six Sigma. This Lean Six Sigma was now exported to Europe and partially in Japan. Electronic companies like Toshiba and Sony, they use this Lean Six Sigma as a management tool. About the Lean, I'd like to explain a little bit more using this video. It takes 90 seconds. It's very short.
Let's say your business is doing well and you're thinking of expanding. That's great, but it's also the riskiest time for your business. In fact, many businesses don't survive the transition. Should you throw money at the problem by investing in new equipment or hiring more people? Should you make your staff work more overtime? Your answers to questions like these can make or break your business. And that's where Lean comes in. Lean is a philosophy about delivering value from your customer's perspective, eliminating waste, and continuously improving your processes. Lean can radically change the way you do business. Lean management is based on 4 principles. The first principle is pull. Rather than producing as much as possible, customer demand pulls goods or services through the manufacturing process. This minimizes overproduction, inventory, and ultimately working capital. The second is one-piece flow. Focusing on one single piece at a time minimizes work in progress, process interruptions, lead, and waiting time, while increasing quality and flexibility. The third is tact. It's the heartbeat of a lean system. It's how fast you need to manufacture a product to meet customer demand. Tact allows us to balance work content, achieve continuous flow, and respond flexibly to changes in the marketplace. And the fourth is zero defects. Mistakes happen, but a lean company doesn't pass on defects. Mistakes from previous steps must be fixed before going on. Combined with a robust continuous improvement process, the 4 principles of lean management will help your company stay ahead of the competition in a constantly changing marketplace. So, if you're ready to begin your lean journey, contact us.
Okay. This shows the definition of the lean manufacturing. I cited this from the student graduation report of University of Georgia. All never-ending efforts to eliminate or reduce muda in design, manufacturing, distribution, and customer service processes. Mudami is a Japanese word, Japanese for waste or any activity that consumes resources without adding value. Without adding value. Without muda. In the video, 4 keywords are introduced: one-piece flow, full, tact, and zero defect. One-piece flow I have already explained. Zero defect is easy to understand for all. Therefore, I will explain from now full and tact. There are 2 types of the production method. One is a push and pull. And push means make to stock MTS. It's based on the demand forecast. sometimes overstock or out of stock will occur by the market forecast or unsuitable forecast. Second type is the full type. This means make to order, MTO. It is based on the actual shipping. Minimum, we can get the minimum inventory every time by this full type. However, as a weak point, it takes long lead time. Lead time from order to delivery. Usually, after receiving the order, they start to product. Therefore, long lead time is a weak point. However, Toyota every time insists on this full type production because Toyota had a lot of inventory in 1950, and Toyota almost went bankrupt because of the lack of the cash flow. Original meaning of the tap is a small bar which is used as an orchestra. Conductor uses a small bar to get the harmonize the instrument. So to get to synchronize the instrument movement, tap is used. This is the original meaning of tap. And using this very small example, I'd like to explain tap. Please assume this is a PC assembly line. There are three processes, A, B, C. And today's shipping order is 240. We have to make 240 pieces per day. Now, this today. And working hour is 8 hours. Therefore, 480 minutes per day. Definition of the task time is working time divided by shipping order. Therefore, today's task time is 480 divided 440 is 2 minutes per piece. This is the production speed, required production. Okay. And in detail, I'd like to check. At the process A, production speed is 2 minutes per piece. If it is so, they can produce within 8 hours 240 products. On the other hand, at process B, if it takes 3 minutes per piece, they can only produce 160 a day. This is less than the requirement. On the other hand, C, they can produce, make a product 1 minute per piece. They can produce capabilities of 480. However, if we produce this using this assembly line, we can only produce 160 because of the constraint of this process. So there are some items to be improved. I mean, this process B, we need to some manpower input, facility input, or to extend the working hours. Otherwise, we cannot satisfy this amount of the demand. And the basic philosophy of the task time is to use the almost the same task time as the process line. This is the 2, 3, 1. If we get the same speed in this process, we can produce 240. Of course, at this moment, this process has excess capacity. So to get the average speed, and it is called tact. And therefore, according to this tact time, each process is making the product. It's an ideal case. I'll give you one more thing. Now, setting order is 10, and they can product 10 by 10 people. And after the result of the work improvement, they can produce now 12 products by 10 people. This is one type of production. However, we can reduce the manpower and we can make 10 products by 8 people, for instance. Two employees, 2 workers can be reduced. Which do you prefer? Second one. Could you raise your hand? Upper side is you'd like to choose. Could you raise your hand? How about this? Lower side. Okay. Thank you. And I do not say which is right or no, correct or no. I do not say. Some company takes this type of document. Some company takes this type of document. They can produce for the tomorrow, next day. But they can only produce today's request. And important thing is, Toyota is every time choose this type of the production. They never produce for the tomorrow only. And every time Toyota try to reduce the manpower in this case. And usually, if you reduce the manpower, some worker is fired. But such kind of philosophy Toyota doesn't have. Toyota every time think if two people is excess, 2 people are excess, every time Toyota try to pick up the top 2 excellent work from 10. The first 2 excellent work is taken away from the assembly line. And the rest of 8 people can do the same kind of production. And top 2 excellent workers are taken away from the line, and they are for the different type of the much more challenging challenging work. It's a Toyota's philosophy. And for this case, there is learning curve is not related with this. Every time Toyota is firstly try to train the employee, and after getting some level of the work, skill of the work, the worker is input in the line. So there is no need for a learning curve. So I'd like to explain a little bit about the Toyota production system. This picture shows the production line of the trees. And as you know, Toyota is a top runner of Kaizen in Japan, also in the world, I think. And total sales of the Toyota is 250 billion USD. And profit is 23 billion USD. And Toyota production system target is cost reduction by completely eliminating waste. When I attended this kind of seminar of Toyota, lecturer said to us, attendee, your man-hour rate is 50 US dollar per hour. So you should not spend the time. If you cannot get some knowledge from at the class, you just consume your time. Such kind of things lecturer said to us. Now I think at the biggest company in Japan, 1 hour rate is 50 to 100 USD, I think. And TPS philosophy is said like this: produce the required amount when they are required, only for required amount. This is the Toyota philosophy. This is called sometimes just in time. Actually, Toyota has two philosophies. One is it is explained in the book, almost the book. They say Toyota's philosophy comprises of two main philosophies: just in time and automation. To be exact, it is said directly translated like this: automation is a human element. But in other words, I can say assembly line automatically stops with trouble detection. Just in time, Toyota dislikes overproduction or overstocking. Therefore, ideal state for Toyota is produce cars at the same speed as car sales speed. This is the feature of the Toyota. Toyota insists on one-piece flow, and they dislike temporary stock produced between the section to section and by mass production. They dislike such kind of intermediate stock. And also about the stock volume, they say yearly inventory management cost is 20 to 30% of the stock material cost. Of course, this figure comes from the Japanese specific situation. In Japan, land cost is very high. Therefore, inventory cost of 20 to 30%. About the automation is a human element. It means every time line stops with trouble detection. This basic philosophy is the zero defect. If defect is found and cannot recover within the time, they have to stop the line to prevent the incomplete products are sent to the next step. To prevent this kind of things, they specify every time lines has to this. Employee has to stop the line. And also, Toyota said at the seminar, loss of the 1 minute stop of the line is 70,000 Jordan dinar. Therefore, if 10 minutes, 10 times of this amount, huge money. But they every time request employee to stop the line because next process is the customer. They are slow. Even though the next process is the process is the same company or same factory, they think every time next process is the customer. So to the customer, every time at the complete state of the product, they handle it. I heard in the American automobile company, this is in 98, employees are not allowed to stop the production line. If he stops the production line without any permission, he is fired. I heard so. And therefore, incomplete parts were sent and fixed. This incomplete part is fixed at the final inspection process. This was the American automobile philosophy in this state. I don't know nowadays they changed or not. I don't know. Because the stopping the line has a big influence for the total sales. Every time TPS target is a cost reduction because profit and between the among the profits and total sales, total cost is like this. Profit equals total sales minus total cost. Very simple. And Toyota thinks to increase the total sales is very, very difficult. However, to decrease the total cost, they can try by their own effort. Therefore, they focus on this item and they focus on to reduce the total cost. And also Toyota said outcome of Kaizen for last 7 years is 7 billion USD. It means in average 1 billion per year. And as I explained, the average profit of Toyota is 20 billion USD. So of the total profit, 5% is earned by this Kaizen activity every year. So you might think, okay, we'd like to start Kaizen from tomorrow. It's very difficult because without training, we cannot start the Kaizen abruptly. Even though you start such kind of activity abruptly, the obtained outcome is not so good. Therefore, every time Kaizen starts from very basic level called 5S. Therefore, 5S is used as a training for looking for the Kaizen item. Maybe I think all attendees knows about the word of 5S. But simply, I'd like to repeat. 5S is a Japanese word, originally Goes. And now, it is called 5S global. Each word of S has a capital S in Japanese, like this. And this word is translated to English, selecting the same kind of word. I mean, having the initial S, like this, 14, 13 order, Chinese, like this. So these 5 activities is called 5S. And sometimes we hear 3S. In case of the 3S, from first to third. 4S, sometimes they call 4S. It means from first S to fourth S. And sometimes you hear 6S. In case of the 6S, 5S plus, this 5S plus safety. Safety is including the safety. It is called 6S. But generally, these activities are called 5S. I'll show you the example. I'm sorry, I'd like to check this.
You have 2 hours. We have 170.
Okay. I'll show you the example about the 5S related matter. This picture shows the factory manufacturing refrigerator in Jordan, in JICA. They have serious trouble on their products, and also they are annoyed by high turnover rate of employees. And this shows the factory overall. Looks good, but in detail, raw material stockage is very messy, like this. Space is not effectively used. Pet bottle is in the box. Shelves are not clean. This is the workplace picture. Electric cord, this red line. Electric cord of tree crossing over the walkway. I think this is a walkway. And this is a toolbox, very messy. Also, the same walkway. Walkway is not shown. We cannot find walkway. May not be straight, may be crooked. No floor marking. At a good company, usually they have this kind of walkway clearly shown using the map. This picture was taken at the Pepsi factory in Malta. I took this. At this refrigerator manufacturing factory, if all waste materials are dumped and if raw material or intermediate products are set in order, well organized, they can reduce the risk of injury in the factory. They can get much more space to use. Simple quality trouble for the like a contamination can be reduced. They can get a comfortable workplace. It means 5S. Through this 5S, employees learn how to improve work environment, how to find Kaizen items. So it's a first step training program for Kaizen. For 5S, the visual management or visible management is very important. This shows the example of the visual management. This picture was taken at the TTI, Test and Training Institute in Malta, when I visited that school. And this space shows the pipe wrench, the shadow of the pipe wrench. We can understand someone is using now. Anybody can simply understand by this shadow board. Tools are returned on easy to take, easy to return. And of course, good looking. Also, this shows the shadow board. We can clearly understand which tool is used now. And also, each facility is specifies the location using the map. If you are working now at the factory, some of you are working, I think. Please think you are in your factory. Clearly, location is specified on in your factory. This is the typical 5S result. Also, for the 5S, to get the visual management, we use bulletin board, and time to time we put on the activity result of the activity like this. This is in Japanese, I'm sorry, but this is the implementation schedule on the bulletin board. And every team try to put on the board about their activity. It's a visual management. Usually you think if simply understand the fibers, and sometimes participants or employees say, workers say, nowadays management by computer is very easy and we can manipulate. But at 5S activity in Japan, we never use the computer at the management by computer. Every time we use the waiting board. And at the corridor, for instance, by the corridor, we put on the activity results. And everybody can see the activity. Sometimes award. At the ceremony, some small group is awarded. Such kind of result is put on the board. This is a good example which I found in the restaurant in Jordan, in Amman. This is a toilet, and on the door of the toilet, they put the result of the cleaning every 1 hour. Every hour they check the result of the cleaning. Everybody can see the result, and of course, cleaning level is maintained. It's a one good example of the visual management. This picture was taken at the Zatarwa site at the Zait at on the Makasi. I was very happy when I found it. I show you. No, just a minute. Okay. And the final item is how to find Kaizen items. There are 7 keywords for Kaizen, like this, for 24 people. But every time, the most important factor is safety. Safety is first. And next is the quality. We have to maintain the customer reputation. So, quality is second. And third is cost. There are 3 important keywords. Using these keywords, we try to find the Kaizen item. This picture shows the explosion of the Sophia tank at the petroleum combinat factory. Sophia content of the Sophia tank is cooking gas called LPG. And from this explosion accident, the direct loss is said more than 40 million JD. Maybe I think the indirect cost is more than 5 times of this direct. So safety is very, very important and first priority. Also, Toyota defined 7 ways muda. Sometimes I think you heard about these 7 ways. It means overproduction. They dislike the overproduction, as I explained. And they don't like to have excess inventory and waiting time without any work. Motion, unnecessary motion, they think it's a wasting activity. And unnecessary transportation from factory to factory, such kind of thing. And sometimes they have process line has a distance. We work because of the defect or such kind of example, over processing the activity, non-need activity. These activities are called waste. So from these waste activities, we need to find the Kaizen area. I'll show you the one example in this country. I was engaged in the MOH, Ministry of Health related work, and I found in this country, drug is stored at the main warehouse. Regarding the drug purchase procedure, I heard the firstly Ministry of Health, Joint Procurement Department they have, and they, by the tender, they purchase a lot of drugs one time. And their products, their drugs are kept main warehouse in one month, and secondary warehouse, two secondary warehouse, and district medical center. These are stocking, and capacity is more than 6 months. Capacity is 3 to 6 months. And also here, their inventory is 1.5 months, 45 days. Then they are delivered. Drugs are delivered. Hospital and health center. It's very complicated and duplicated stock they have. It's a typical example of the overstock and unnecessary transportation. Unnecessary transportation is one kind of the 7 wasting activity. And when I heard this kind of procedure, I didn't understand why drugstore, the ministry doesn't request drugstore to deliver directly this center. At least this here. Without this kind of stock warehouse, they can manage. However, they request one time or twice delivery per year. Therefore, they need a huge amount of the warehouse. But usually in Japan, for instance, in case of the Toyota requests to the suppliers minimum 1 day, every day delivery to the supplier. It's very severe request, but without response to this request from Toyota, supplier cannot survive. Therefore, I think the situation is different in Jordan and Japan, and also the drug situation is different. But so I don't know in detail, but I didn't understand this one. Okay, this is the final slide. People who are not interested in the improvement cannot find the wasting activity. People who make a conscious effort to reduce the wasting activity can only find it. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to answer if you have any questions.